thought that today I would give you a little bit of freedom to play your own music in the background. So pause right now if you need to, find some music to play alongside this video, or if you need to, you can just follow some of the links down in the description below where I've put my own playlists if you want to hear some of my own music. And that way also you can listen to some non-copyright friendly music and maybe make it a little bit more fun for yourself. I don't know about you, but sometimes I get a little bit bored of the instrumentals and the royalty-free stuff that I have to put up. With all that said, let's take a seat on the floor. I want you to take your legs and crisscross them. So we're gonna take our right leg over our left to start with, and then I'm gonna do a big twist toward the right. I like to hook my left arm onto my right knee. That way I can really push into the stretch, but you can place your hand somewhere else if you want to. And then I want you to think of opposition here. So you're thinking about feeling really grounded into the floor, like you have weight pulling you down underneath both of your hip bones. But then I want you to also pull up really nice and tall through your spine, finding as much length as possible and thinking about pulling up through the crown of your head as you twist. We don't want to be crunched down as we twist. We want to be nice and long, feeling nice and proud, or like you have a beautiful necklace on that you're trying to show off to the world. Now we're gonna repeat that on the other side. So I'm just gonna take my right arm over this time and twist to the left and do the same thing. And if you are hooking your arm here, this is a great opportunity to kind of push into that knee, and you should feel a good stretch in your back as well. But again, finding that length, but feeling really grounded through your hip bones down into the floor. Couple more breaths here, and then we're gonna turn it to the front. So go ahead and turn your body to the front, release those arms. You could stay in this position as you reach forward, or what I like to do is cross my right leg over the top. I'm gonna scoot back just a little bit, and then all we're gonna do is reach it forward, letting gravity take us down. This is one of those few stretches where I actually just encourage you to let it all go. Think of just releasing every single muscle, breathing as much as you can, not fast breathing, you know what I mean? Just focus on your breath here. And just allow your body to feel nice and heavy and relaxed into this stretch. You can slowly inch those fingers forward as those muscles start to loosen up. All right, give me 2 more big deep breaths here. And let's slowly release. We're gonna start this sequence on the other side now. So go ahead and uncross your legs. Let's take the left leg over the right, and we're gonna start by twisting to the left. So I'm hooking my right arm over my knee, keeping my back tall, my neck long and proud, and twisting. Lovely. Repeat to the other side. Switch over. My left arm is now hooked on. All right, and then slowly bring yourself to the front. If you'd like to cross that leg over, you can. And then we're gonna reach it forward. Feeling those hip bones pulling down toward the floor. Letting that head just release down. Awesome. Slowly walk your hands back up. And let's slowly come up onto our hands and knees. We're gonna take it into a low lunge. I'm gonna take my right leg out in front, straighten out my left leg. And I want you to reach your right arm up to the ceiling, opening up that chest. And again, here I'm finding length through this stretch. I'm pressing out of the floor with my left hand. I'm reaching those fingers in the right hand as high up to the sky as I can. My left leg is really nice and long and straight, and I'm squeezing my glute muscles to feel a deeper stretch in my hip flexor. If you want to look up toward that hand, you can. Beautiful. So now we're actually going to do the same thing with the other arm. So I'm putting my right arm down, and then I'm going to reach my left arm long up toward the sky. This one can feel like a little bit of a balancing challenge for some of us. Okay, I'm going to rainbow that arm down to the floor, and I'm going to lower my back knee down to the floor. From here, you can stay right here, press those hands onto your front knee, and just hold. Or if you'd like, you can lower your elbows down toward the floor with the option to also rotate out your front leg a little bit into a lizard lunge here. All right, slowly walk those hands up. We're gonna take it back to our lunge. And now we're gonna straighten both of our legs up. So we're in this kind of forward fold position with my legs spread apart. I have all 10 of my toes facing the same direction. They're parallel. And I'm just letting myself relax nice and heavy. This is another one where I don't want you to think too much. I just want you to relax into it. And you should feel that stretch in your hamstring on that right leg. And this time we're going to incorporate a few little variations to this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to bend into our left leg. So now you can turn it out. And I'm just bending, seeing if I can get my body a little bit closer to that right leg. And then we're going to straighten it up. And then we're going to do that one more time. A little bend. And then straighten it up. Next one is going to be a little lift of the heel with the left leg, or a releve. So you pick up that heel on the back leg, and again, try and get yourself closer down to the front leg. Just relax. And then lower it down. We're going to do that one more time. Lift up your left heel. Relax forward over the right leg. And lower that heel back down. Last one we're going to try, you're going to point through that back foot. So you got to bring all your weight onto that right leg, and then you point the back foot so that just the tips of your toes are touching the floor and there's no weight on that back leg. Okay, lower it back down to the floor. Let's turn it all the way to the front. Just hang down through the center of those legs. Deep breaths here. If you've been keeping up with the weekly stretching or you follow me on social media, you will know that I had knee surgery just a little over 2 weeks ago. So my flexibility has been impaired a bit on my left leg, and I can definitely feel the imbalances. So if I look a little crazy sometimes, that is what's happening. Okay, we're gonna turn it over to the left side now and drop it into our lunge. So now I have my right leg straight behind me. I'm gonna take my left arm up toward the sky or the ceiling, squeezing through my glutes. Your glutes are your butt muscles, if you didn't know that. And when I say I squeeze them, I'm thinking about, yeah, I'm literally squeezing them together, and that will deepen the stretch that you feel in your hamstring, not hamstring, hip flexor, the other H. Okay, let's switch it over. So now you're planting your left hand down and reaching the right arm up to the sky. This one's a tough one. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Curious to know what type of music you guys choose when you're on your own. Let me know down below if you chose one of my playlists, or like what types of music that you guys like. Maybe I can start doing some different types of playlists. All right, both hands drop down to the floor. I'm dropping my right knee down, and you can choose to put your hands up on your front leg or drop it all the way into a lizard lunge. I'm gonna choose the lizard, dropping down to my elbows. Again, if you squeeze your glute muscles here, you're gonna feel it a little bit deeper. Awesome. Straightening it up. We're gonna straighten all the way back up. All 10 toes facing the same direction, and we're just relaxing over that leg. All right, we're gonna try our little sequence of different back leg variations, starting with the bend in our right leg. So you're taking a nice plie, big bend with the right, and trying to reach closer to your left leg. All right, and then straighten it out. We are going to repeat that one again, so go ahead and do a big bend in the right. And straighten both. We're now going to relevate or pick up our back heel. So your right heel is lifted and you're pulling yourself down toward the left. Make sure you're breathing and sending sending oxygen to your muscles. And lower it down. Again, relevate up. Lift your back heel. And pull yourself closer to the left leg. And lower it down. Now you're going to point your foot in the back. So all your weight is in the left leg. Your right toes are just grazing the floor. And lower. How about we do that one more time? Point that back foot. I know it's a bit of a balance challenge. Like this one's kind of making me sweat a little bit. It's also very warm in this room I'm in. I always turn the AC off when I do stretching videos because then you don't hear background sounds. All right, release. Take it all to the front. Hanging down through the center. Let's plie or bend both of our knees. See if you can walk your hands through your legs and then straighten it up and kind of use those hands to pull yourself into a deeper stretch. If not, you can always place your hands on your ankles or wherever they need to be, your shins. One more time, take a bend in those knees and straighten it out. Beautiful. Are our hips feeling ready? Are we feeling ready to get into a little skandasana? A little kind of side lunge situation, I think we should go for it. But actually, let's not. I'll warm you into it, warm you up into it, ease you into it. Let's sit into a little sumo down through the center. So just make sure that you're not sticking your bottom out and leaning your chest forward. You should be trying to go straight down from here, letting those legs rotate open. So I'm coming down through the center. You can place your hands on your knees. You can place elbows on your knees. You can do like prayer hands. Put your hands on the floor. Careful with the floor though, because that can make you want to pitch forward. So choose what you like. I personally like elbows, but you do you. I feel like I haven't done this one with you guys in a while. It used to be one of my favorite stretches. So now I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to press my left knee out. And this kind of increases the stretch on your inner thigh muscles, your adductor muscles. Let's switcheroo. Right arm presses the right knee out. Yeah, I think it's good that I ease you guys into the next stretch because it might be a lot. Okay, back down to the center. Now, I think we are ready. We're gonna shift our weight over to the right side. I'm gonna place my hands down and then I'm gonna slowly extend my left. So again, making sure that you're going straight down. Don't let your booty pop up and make sure that leg is truly out to the side of you. And then you're just sitting as low as you can get. If you need to use your hands and hold yourself, that's totally fine. If not, you can just sink into it. I like to do little prayer hands here because I use my right elbow to kind of push open my right leg. Bonus, if you want to add a little bit more challenge, you can place your right hand down and then reach your left arm up to the sky. I really like this one. I've been a big fan of these like chest opening stretches lately, as you can probably tell. So reaching, reaching, reaching. Breathing. Make sure that your right heel is planted down into the floor and that your knee is not going way past your toes. Ready, please. And let's lower, release that hand if you had it up. We're gonna switch to the other side. I like to call this a Spider-Man stretch sometimes too. I feel like that's what I used to call it in my older videos. Okay, place your hands where you wanna place them. Maybe they're here. Maybe you've got your right arm reaching up to the sky. I'm breathing so hard. Another fun thing that happened because of my knee injury is that I had to stop being able to do pretty much all cardio. I'm just now starting to be able to get back into like cycling and I could go on like the stairs, I guess, but I feel like I get winded so fast. Whew. All right, release. Let's lower it down to the floor. Shake out those legs a little bit. Whew, my hips are feeling it. Everything's feeling it. Do you think we should take an intermission and get our arms and back stretched a little bit? I think we should. So let's go into a little cobra. So I'm flipping onto my belly here and just pressing it up. Love this one, always a fun time. Now, if you'd like a little extra spice, you can bend both of your knees. I personally am not gonna be able to do this right now because of my knee still, but you're gonna grab both here and then, well, maybe I can do it. And then I'm pushing into my hands as I try and lift my chest. So it's a very active position, but you should get a really good stretch in your chest here. And you can just hold, or you can stay in that cobra. I'm gonna go back to the cobra, only because that was putting a little bit too much pressure on my knee. So do whichever one you wanna do. While you're here, if you wanna take some little head circles, loosen up your neck, nothing too crazy, you can do that. Good, and then let's roll it over onto our backs. Okay, I'm gonna go into a bridge, a back bend. If you don't feel ready to do the full one, an option for you could be to go up against your wall and then slowly bring your hands back and walk yourself down the wall. So that way you don't have to get into the full bend yet. Otherwise, you can do your full back bend. I'm actually gonna start it sitting though, because I don't feel like doing all that craziness, but we're gonna hold it for a few breaths. And this time, if you've been working on this for a while, maybe try and inch your hands closer in towards your heels or vice versa, basically shortening your bridge so that it's tighter and it's not as long out. So choose how you want to do it, how you want to get into it, and let's go. Me personally, I'm going to stick right here because this does put a little bit of stress on my knee. Doesn't feel so great. Keep breathing. Couple more breaths. And relax. Beautiful. Roll out those wrists if you need to. Give them a little break. All right, what do we got next? What do you think we have next? We're gonna sit ourselves up and do a pigeon pose. Okay, my right leg is coming in front. My left leg is straightening behind me. Here, you can stay up, or you can do a little sleeping pigeon. Go down to your elbows. You could go all the way down so that your head is pressed into your hands as well. And again, think about a weight pulling down your hips, especially that right hip. Think of it pulling down closer to the floor and trying to get rid of the space that you might have between your butt cheek and the floor. And just hang out here. I can never tell if I like this stretch or not, because sometimes it feels good for like 20 seconds, and past that, I start to hate it. And I find myself like clenching different parts of my body. So really just try to relax. Alrighty, we're gonna switch to the left side. I'm gonna just roll it over. Left leg is bent, right leg is straight. You can stay here or you can lower down. Okay, let's release. Okay, let's do one more inner thigh stretch, bringing ourselves to a little straddle pancake. We're also gonna do a bit of a side body stretch with this one. So I'm gonna reach my arms out long, and then I'm gonna reach over to my left side, making sure that both hips remain on the floor, both legs remain turned out. So that means my knees are looking up toward the ceiling or a little bit back toward behind me, but they're not rolling in forward like this. And then I like to imagine somebody is pulling onto my fingers over from the left side to really lengthen through my right side of my body. And then we're gonna release. We're gonna reach over and go nose to knee, so thinking about chest coming down towards that left leg, reaching as far forward as you can, getting to a point where you feel a little bit of discomfort, but not anything crazy painful. That's all you need in your stretching. Now I want you to just kind of transition your weight a little bit more forward, still toward the left side, but on the inside of your leg. And then I'm gonna reach around and up to go to the other side. Reaching my left arm all the way over to the right. Keeping both hips on the floor. And then let's go nose to knee. My chest is reaching toward my right leg. And then slowly shift your weight a little bit over to the left so you're on the inside of that leg. I'd sweep it around and up, and then let's go straight toward the center. This one is where you really got to fight to keep those legs turned out. All right, bring it back up. This last part of the sequence is going to be all of our splits. So if you don't care about getting into your splits, then this could be the end for you. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe so that you see my next stretching video next week. But everyone else, we are going to roll into our middle split to start with. Since we're already here, you don't have to roll into it necessarily. I'm going to roll into it, but you could start on your knees, however you need to get into it. But we're going to go into that middle split. Roll it forward. Make sure that your legs are indeed out to the side, that you are over those legs, and just sink down to the floor. I feel like the middle split is always where I try to distract you the most because this one tends to feel pretty terrible for most people. I don't really know what to say to you right now. I can tell you something that happened to me this week. What happened to me this week? Really nothing. I've been having a pretty boring life lately. I am going to a concert tonight and another one on Sunday. I love music. Do you like music? I don't know. I'm not doing a good job of distracting you right now. So I'll just keep my mouth shut because we're about to be done. And let's release out of it. Let's come up. Let's just get her done quickly. I'm going to start with the left side, my left split, because this one is worse than my right. And I just want to get it done with and end on a high note. So dropping into my left split, which is not really a split right now. But that's why I keep stretching, so that I can get it back. We're almost there. A few more seconds, you guys. Okay, release. Right side, and then we're done. You did it. Yay. All right, how am I gonna get there without putting too much on my knee? Let's see. Let's go like this. Beautiful. If you're already there, make sure that you straighten through your legs fully. It can be easy to just like relax into that back leg and not actually straighten it. So really stretch, stretch, stretch. And make sure that your hips are actually facing the right side. Don't cheat it. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, release. Beautiful job as always. I hope you enjoyed this stretch.